You know, you've got your grid, you've got Martin Brundle's grid walk before the race, you've got all that carnage. How do you just focus?
Yeah. I think a lot of it is experience. So a lot of it is knowing your job. So you know you've done your preparation. So preparation is important. If you have this nagging feeling that you've forgotten something, it's very difficult to break off and chat to Martin Brundle on the grid or sign a fan's autograph. You know, if you've done everything you possibly can and you've done all the preparation, then you've got a bit of space now to switch off. There would be a procedure. So on a race day, I would typically find time after we'd done the morning warm up or whatever it was in those days, to warm up, and then seen sponsors. I'd find time just to literally have a kit, 20 minutes to recharge, not any longer than that. But I just lie down and get your heart rate down and just not burn up energy. And then you're out of the motorhome. You've got to go through all this stuff with either meet sponsors, guests, or you speak to the press, and then you get your tog up. So you've got this routine. In golf, they have a thing called a pre-shot routine, where they do the same thing every time. They touch their glove or they wiggle it 3 times or whatever. And so getting your gear on is actually almost like a pre-shot routine. When you literally zip up your overalls, you make sure it's all tucked in there, you do your strap up, and all that stuff is part of preparing the mind for what you're about to do. And then we had this bit where you get in the car and everyone has to leave the grid 10 minutes before or 5 minutes before. And so that's when you're going into the, really into the zone there, because there's some procedures you have to do, and you have to make sure you press that button, not that, done very simple. And sometimes you have to, it's like if you get up in the morning and you're making yourself tea and you're not really there, you have to sometimes think, put the tea bag in. There's a great quote. I'm gonna use this example. When they landed on the moon and they had the lunar landing module, Neil Armstrong went out first and pranced around. And then they said, okay, Buzz, you can go out now. So he said, and he talked them through at Houston Control what he was doing. I'm stepping outside the capsule, taking care not to shut the door behind me. Now, he had that would have been a very easy mistake to make, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and quite
shut the door. I mean, when do you leave your home and leave the front door open? When you're on the moon.
yeah. And the AA call out time to the moon might not be so good.
Yeah.
So, I think it is. It's all about talking yourself through these things. And I find myself sometimes, you just go, right, what am I doing now? And how do I process this? Because you've got so much going on in personal business. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to literally think about the obvious stuff and stay in the present is very important. If your mind is elsewhere, we do all the time when we're listening to some conversation, our mind drifts off. If you can bring yourself to the present, and this is meditation practice and stuff. I'm rubbish at meditation. I try it, but take, if I'm in a Grand Prix car, I'm racing a Grand Prix, my mind is forced to pay attention, because if I don't, I'm going to crash. So it's a kind of strong motivation to concentrate.
Thank you so much, Damon, for your answer.
Thank you.
There is the man that asked the question.
Oh, that's a long answer. I'm sorry about that.